A year ago, I thought that if I consistently uploaded thoughtful, quality videos, that people would automatically connect with them. But I was wrong. I uploaded 33 videos, gained nearly 4,000 subscribers, but only 200 of which came organically. In this video, I would like to share with you the 4 most important lessons I have learned in terms of growth in my first year on YouTube. Let me first give you a bit of context of why I started a YouTube channel. A few years ago, I was affected by a global restructuring program in the tech industry, and I was affected by a layoff. So it took me a while to figure out what I wanted, but one day I came to the conclusion that I wanted to start my own business and that I wanted to create my own YouTube channel. And when I say start my own business, a business as a performance coach. Why? Because the last 22 years I've been working in the tech industry in sales and sales leadership, leading people through phases of pressure, but always in an environment in a high performance environment. And in the end, the layoff was preceded by a phase of massive pressure in which I started watching YouTube because I was looking for positive information, frameworks that would help me grow. I wanted to stay positive despite the pressure. And I discovered Brendan Burchard, one of the most successful motivational speakers and online entrepreneurs in the United States. So I started to follow him, and I loved his frameworks, and that's one of the reasons why I thought, if I build a business, I want to leverage YouTube to help people grow. My original idea was, when I started as a high performance coach a few years ago, that I want to create my first, 1 year ago when I started my channel, my idea was to create my first 8 videos around the 6 so-called high performance habits, and 1 about the science behind it, and 1 intro video about myself. And this multiplied by 2 because I wanted to create them in my native language, which is German, Swiss German basically, but I made it in German as well as in English. And that was my starting point. So 16 videos. And I thought, yes, easy, in 2 months this is done. But I was wrong. I was much slower in producing them than I had anticipated. So it took me 7 months to create them because I researched these topics deeply, planned them carefully, planned B-roll, visuals, tried to make and learned editing and all that stuff, because for me it was really a start from scratch on YouTube in all areas. So as I was slower than expected in producing my first 16 videos, I decided that I start this year, respectively month 8 to 11 of my first year on YouTube, with a 90-day challenge, a 90-day growth challenge, which meant nothing else than applying a kind of best practices framework to grow on YouTube, which meant to me to produce my 15 videos net in 3 months. So now, after 1 year, I just uploaded 2 weeks ago. That was exactly 1 year after my first upload. I uploaded overall 33 videos, and yes, had the subscribers that I initially mentioned, nearly 4,000 respectively to date, 3,900 something, and of which 200 came organically. I decided now, after a year, to get a coach, a YouTuber with a bit more than 100,000 subscribers, who does very authentic videos. And I thought I want to get a coach who is ahead of me, who successfully did what I am aiming to do. And this YouTuber is Rob, the Maritimer, who now coached me over the last few weeks, and I am now applying his feedback, and in this video share my 4 most important learnings when looking back over the last 12 months. My first learning is about time. The time it takes to produce videos. As I told you, I had much longer than expected for my first 16 videos. Respectively, all my 33 videos have been carefully planned, researched and scripted. The last one's a bit less scripted, but still scripted, which means you record them piece by piece or in some batches, but at the end you put them together like a mosaic, and which is an option. But long story short is, there are 2 types of videos. You can either produce complex videos or very, very simple videos. And let's say the complex videos are the ones that are more edited, scripted, researched with B-roll. And the simpler videos are videos like this. This is my very first unscripted video, in which I simply talk freely, but based on still a certain structure and some keywords, but not entire phrases. There is nothing wrong about complex videos. Sometimes they are needed if you want to explain certain frameworks. Visuals explain more than 1,000 words sometimes, but the truth is, the simpler videos can work as well or even better, especially on YouTube. And it takes 10 times less time to produce them. So if I would start again from scratch, I would start with the same idea, basically, the same content ideas, but I would iterate between more structured and planned researched videos versus more freely spoken videos where I document what I have gone through or experienced, or best practices that I want to share, freely speaking, like this one, like this video. My second learning is about the audience. To me, it's pretty clear that in order to be successful on YouTube, what it takes, if there is a success formula, it means simply producing valuable content for your specific target audience. But the question is, who is your target audience? And I believe there are 2 ways to gain more clarity. On the one hand, as you produce content, from the reactions that you get, it gets clearer and clearer with whom it resonates. And the other option is to look at your own history. If you look at your own history, it gets clearer and clearer where you can help people. In my case, with my experience in sales and leadership, but also what I've gone through in terms of pressure in high performance environments, as well as transformation after the layoff, I believe that this particularly resonates with this type of people who are in a similar situation. People that seek a new perspective and that want to find a balance between performance and building the life they desire. My third learning is about leveraging ads to promote your videos on YouTube. During my first year, which I see also as an experimentation phase on YouTube, I also tried to leverage ads to promote some of my selected videos that I thought would add value to my specific target audience. And the reason why I did that was because I had put in a lot of efforts to create these videos, research a lot, and for example, I remember after 4 months, maybe it was my 10th upload, I had only 11 views for one of the videos that was really carefully produced, and I was disappointed. And I thought, why not leverage ads? Overall, I spent approximately $1,000 on promoting a handful of videos, such as how to reach your goal, how to improve productivity and stuff. And I could easily grow subscribers. You could also leverage ads to gain more views or to promote a website. But I only checked out the ads that helped to broaden the audience. But an important learning is that yes, the ads work. Yes, you can easily gain subscribers, but subscriber does not mean returning viewers. And if you want to build a channel, what you want is you want to build an audience, a community that comes back and that you can help with your content. So I could very clearly see, yes, I could grow subscribers, but subscribers does not mean returning viewers. Does that mean that ads are something bad? No, in my point of view, not. I see them as very useful, especially if you want to promote one specific videos. Maybe if you have a very clear offer in it, I think then it can be very, very useful. But I believe if you want to grow a community, there is nothing better than organic growth, which means simply good quality videos that are appreciated by your target audience. And my fourth lesson is the most important one. It's about connection. And what I have learned is that polished videos can help to build trust, but unpolished videos help to build connection. There's nothing wrong with polished videos. Sometimes they are a must. But if you want to grow a community, connection is even more important. So for me, my most important learning, when I look back on the first year, it was that I made too polished content that I put together, edited like a mosaic. And what lacked was, if you put together a video like a mosaic, by highly edited video, which is not freely spoken, the personality does not shine through, and that has an impact on connection. So my most important learning is producing more simple videos where I simply share my experience. That's my fourth learning about connection. To wrap it up, my key takeaway in one crisp sentence and my North Star for my second year on YouTube is keep it simple, valuable and fun. And if you look back on your last 12 months, what is your key takeaway, your most important learning? Maybe you want to share it in the comments. I would be happy to read it. I will respond to every comment, and otherwise, I thank you for watching. My name is Reto, and I look forward to see you again soon.